Okay, college skills that you don't need college to learn. That's what we're going to talk about real quick today. Welcome, colleagues. George Sloan from Myford University, where we believe in learning it fast and applying it faster. What skills do you not need college to learn? Well, let's start with curiosity, intellectual curiosity. We're all born that way. There is curiosity, and you should have intellectual curiosity, and college is not necessarily the place you're going to learn that. You should have dropped those foundations a long time ago, and you don't need college to do it. College might reinforce it or should reinforce it, but is not necessarily something that you're going to get, from college on a regular basis. They're more concerned with teaching you what to think as opposed to how to think. That's a key distinction. All right, another skill, research abilities. If you have that intellectual curiosity, the next thing that follows, the progression logically, is you're going to do some research. You're going to find out. You're going to ask questions. My favorite question, as you may know if you follow the channel, is why? Why? Like a 3-year-old. And that's how you learn. You just keep drilling down. You want to learn more about that? Check out root cause analysis. There's an article on the channel. My second favorite question, what if? What if we tried this? What if we did that? What if this happens? What if it doesn't happen? What if is the second most powerful question line that I like and I recommend people use. Okay, the third thing, analysis. Once you've done that research, you have to do some analysis. You got to look at the results of your research. What did you find out? What impacts does it have? What does it mean? College isn't necessarily, something that you need to get this. You have to use some critical thinking. You have to do, some discernment. You have to tear and compare. So analysis is kind of the third skill that you don't really need college to learn. All right. Now you had the curiosity, you've done the research, you've done the analysis, and now guess what time it is? It's decision making time. So you need to work on your decision making skills. Now, college may or may not teach you that, but you don't need college to learn that. So let's talk about decision making skills real quick. You've done the research, you've done the analysis. Based on what you've learned, what are the possible outcomes? And what are you going to do? What is the best course of action for you to take? And are you going to be wed to that one course of action? In other words, burn the boats, there's no going back. Burn the bridges, there's no crossing them back and retreating. What you want to do is decide if that's the one course of action you're going to take, or if you're going to have contingencies and give yourself the ability to pivot as new information comes in. I am a big proponent of gathering feedback on decisions, feedback on customer interactions, feedback, and then new decisions made off of that. So decision making skills. All right, another thing, leadership. You don't need college to build leadership. Leadership is something that you can develop on your own. Uh, you don't necessarily need to be appointed the leader. The leaders tend to rise to the occasion. They tend to, selflessly step up when the chips are down. You don't necessarily have to be given the authority to be a leader. A leader is someone that is willing to support the team, rally the team, um, be willing to go the extra yard. I'm a big proponent of servant leadership, and service to the team. Help them to succeed, because if you help them to succeed, you will succeed. That's my approach on that one. So think of it in terms of that. All right, the last set of skills I wanted to talk about are really soft skills that you don't need college to learn. And here they are: communications, whether it be written, oral, um, being able to get up and give a powerful and persuasive presentation, which, by the way, after you've done all your research and analysis and you've made a decision, you might need to sell it to somebody. So persuasion and negotiation, and flexibility. Those are the last set of skills I was talking about, the kind of soft skills basket that you should have. So do you need college? Not necessarily to learn these things. Should college reinforce these things? Sure, but I wouldn't count on it these days. Again, they're more concerned with teaching you what to think as opposed to how to think. That's one of the biggest flaws. Never mind the fact that the ROI stinks. It's ridiculously expensive and time consuming to go and get a college degree. And even major corporations don't see the value in it anymore. So, if you're interested in alternatives to college, master's, and PhD level education, they do exist. One of them is Myford University. I highly recommend you consider subscribing. Consider joining the mailing list on myforduniversity.com. Please give us a like and a share. We look forward to seeing you there. Again, Myford University, where you learn it fast and apply it faster. Thank you.